one of my previous videos, I said that watch collecting doesn't need to be rational. Heck, I'm living proof of that. This is the second Grand Seiko I own, and after a month of ownership, I've worn it only once, and it's already for sale. Okay, let's take it back to 2004 when Grand Seiko released the spring drive movement. The design of the movement, placement of the barrel, and train were to mirror the beautiful view from the Grand Seiko watch studio. However, as if that wasn't impressive enough, the watchmakers were set to design a dial that reflected the natural beauty of the mountains in Japan. The designers found a dial that Grand Seiko had used back in the 70s that resembled the texture of fresh snow. After much experimenting, the Grand Seiko designers ended up using a process of silver plating. The unevenness in the surface of the dial refracts the light, mirroring the snow-capped mountains at the design studio. The tempered blue hand easily glides over the snow-like dial, referencing the passing of time in nature. The dial features a spring drive reference at 6 o'clock, with the power reserve sitting at the 8 o'clock. There's also a date window at the 3 o'clock. Outside of the blue seconds hand, the indices and hands are polished. I actually prefer this double-sign dial as opposed to the SPGA 211 model, and feel like this will become a collectible. The size of the watch may not be for everyone as it measures in at 41mm, it's 48mm from lug to lug, 12.8mm thick, and it features a 20mm lug width. Now, my wrist measures in at 6 7/8 inches, that's 17.43 centimeters, and although the watch is not small, it's certainly light thanks to its high-intensity titanium construction, and only weighs in at 100 grams. This can be a daily for most as it comes with a screw-down crown and it has 100 meters of water resistance. The 20mm lug width means there's a ton of options in the market when it comes to straps. One of my favorite combos are these Italian leather straps from Vario. Not only do they look good, feel good, very supple, but cost less than $50. If you're a value-driven collector like I am, I highly suggest you go check them out. One thing that's a bit controversial in watch circles is the spring drive movement. Some love it, some hate it, but regardless of your stance, you need to respect Grand Seiko for innovating in this dinosaur-filled hobby of ours. The watch is powered by the 9R65 spring drive movement, combining the best of quartz and automatic technologies. The spring drive is accurate to plus or minus 15 seconds per month and has a 3-day power reserve. The movement can be seen through the display caseback and is definitely an interesting movement to try and understand. The bracelet is not my favorite, and it doesn't feature a micro-adjust system nor screws to size it. I think Grand Seiko is getting better with their bracelets, but this one definitely feels more like a Seiko bracelet. Not very impressive. Nonetheless, it's pretty comfortable, but simply put, doesn't feel premium. As most of you know, there are two Snowflake models, the double-sign branded SPGA 011 and the Grand Seiko branded SPGA 211. After some time running the dual-branded Seiko Grand Seiko dials, the brand split the branding, and in 2017 Grand Seiko watches only reference a single brand on the dial. The SPGA 211 was launched as the new Grand Seiko Snowflake. The two references are similar outside of the branding on the dial. Some collectors lean towards the original release, like me, with the dual branding for a more balanced style compared to the Grand Seiko branding, and I agree. So the question in this video really is, if this model is the watch that put Grand Seiko on the map, why in the world am I selling it? Well, number one, after many watch purchases, I came to realize that I love dark dials, and this dial, although beautiful, I simply can't connect with it. Number two, the titanium construction. I love the shine of stainless steel. I mean, when I owned the SBGM 221, the Soratsu polishing was insane, unlike anything I had ever experienced. But this one is very dull, and the polishing looks okay. Number three, lastly, I came to realize that Rolex speaks to me more than any other brand. Once you start crowding around, it's hard to stop. Therefore, I'm selling this to fund another piece from their collection. Stay tuned. Nonetheless, I'm a watch guy through and through, and I love everything from micros and everything in between. That will never change. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. YouTube watch reviews should be taken with a grain of salt. What I like is not what you like. My opinions are simply that, an opinion. Don't spend your hard-earned money on a watch or product any of us recommend. I hate influencing people to buy stuff. I do that for a living. This channel is about positivity, videography, and most importantly, the community. May all your watch collecting dreams become a reality, and don't sleep on these double-signed Grand Seikos. They will definitely become highly collectible in the near future. Be safe out there and stay humble.